sketches later.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. So, yeah, I noticed that you did submit, but I didn't get to review them yet. So it'll be great to see them.
Yeah, and all I need right now is the packaging design sketches and the themes that go along with the die line sketches
Oh,
right
excellent.
now.
Oh, that's great. Okay. So, well, welcome, Cornelia and Megan. Let me check your attendance. Renee, Megan, Cornelia. Only three students. I actually have, I will do a little demo for you today. We'll wait for Renee. How's everyone doing?
Good, thank you. How about you?
I'm good, thanks. Um, any progress on your sketches?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I don't know what happened to Renee. And Megan, you can show yourself.
Uh, I don't think that's a good idea.
Why not?
No, it's not that I don't want to, but I literally just came back home and I showered. My
See my hair, you know, I just put it up.
yeah, I just came home though, but yeah.
Okay.
And there's and I like the mind map is already done. I'm still working on the sketches. It should be done by at least tonight at the earliest, if not tomorrow for sure, because that's when it's due. And I actually have a quick question about that. I looked in the calendar and there's two like assignments for the sketches. Like it's the same one. I
No,
don't
it's
know if it's like
discussion. One of this discussion.
oh, it's discussion. Oh, I thought it
Yes.
was. Oh, I didn't see that. I immediately thought it was like the.
Mhm.
I thought it was
PDF. You sub-
the same assignment, so I got really confused. Okay,
you submit your
okay,
PDF
never
for
mind. Okay, I see it now. All right.
you submit your PDF for grading, but in order for everyone to see your work, it has to be a JPEG. Uh,
Okay.
that's what you upload to the discussion board. So your classmates can post their comments also.
Okay.
Part of the participation grade.
Okay, I see it now. I thought it was I thought it was the same assignment posted twice, but
Oh
okay.
no, no. Okay, so geez, I hope Angelo and Tasku show up. Tasku was in my other class earlier. Anyway, um I think in Zoom you read it backwards, right? When I show it on the screen. Does it show backwards?
No, it's not backwards.
It's not? Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking at it. It's like it mirrors. Okay. So this is transparency film protectors. You know, the ones that they use for overhead projectors. Uh,
Yeah.
it's a plastic. And this is actually, you can actually put it in your home printer also. So you can print on this directly.
On a plastic?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
It's actually thin. It's not thick, and it's a little. I call it crispy. It's not cellophane, but it's plastic. It's because it's the one that they use for the overhead projector. Okay, so
What is
and
brand?
also
What is a brand?
3M.
Please keep it.
Then actually you can also find. Okay, so
Good.
3M.
Yeah, I took a photo.
8.5 by 11.
I see.
Okay, so when you open it, well, you don't need to buy a full folder. Hopefully, they have it in smaller packs. They have. Let me See, you can put it in a 3-ring binder also. And then, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is the frame transparency protector. That's why it's like that. The one that I find very helpful is the film acetate. I actually had tried printing it also using my home printer. Film acetate. They come in different brands. Acetate is literally the film name of the film. That's not the brand. This is 9x12. They come in different thicknesses and different sizes. So each one has a protector sheet of paper, just so it doesn't pick up smudges easily. This is, see, in between there's that protector. This is very thin. It's because it's only, see, it says here 0.003. The way they gauge the weight of films, they call it mil. I suppose that's short for millimeter. So this is 0.003 mil. The higher the number is, the thicker it gets. You can experiment in printing it in your printer.
Can print in laser printer or usual printer?
Just a regular printer. But again, I cannot guarantee if it's going to work in yours because every brand is different. I've experimented myself. The problem is if you put 1 or 2, it doesn't pick it up right away. So you may need to put it on top of, a stack of papers, regular papers, and maybe put a few of that. It might pick up maybe 2 or 3 sheets of that. And then, of course, whatever is underneath, you just put it back in the tray. Okay, so today I want to show you the difference between scoring and scribing. I have here a cover stock paper. You know, when you go to a paper supply store, a common one now is called Kelly. Check it out. Maybe there's one in the South Bay. It's spelled Kelly. It used to be open only to industry professionals with sales tax number, meaning the one business owners. But now it's open to the public. So write this down, Kelly, Kelly. That's where it's like Disneyland for me. You go there, they have reams and reams of papers, both in, so this is a cover weight. So if you can, they come in 250 sheets in one ream, and then it has a matching 500 sheets in one ream of the letterhead papers, or what we call text weight. So there are 2 types. Text weight is just like your printer paper, for writing purposes, for printing purposes. And then there's the cover weight for printing your business cards on, so that as a designer, you have a matching business card, letterhead, and then they also come in number 10, number 11 envelopes. That's the regular business size envelope. So it's referred to as number 10, number 11. So as a designer, when you create a logo for your client, or maybe you're freelancing, or maybe it's for your own. So you go there and you say, ooh, that's the kind of paper I want. And I don't need to print a background color because this is like a creamy, and it's got a nice, not textured, but it's got a nice fiber pattern in the background. I know it's hard for you to see. And then they come in different colors. They have also film acetates there that you can purchase by the ream or by the folder. I don't know now. Maybe they'll sell it by the sheet. I don't know. Um, but anyway, that's a great way. That's a great place to find papers, whether it's for packaging or for business forms. Maybe you're designing a brochure. So now you can pick, this is too thick, or this is too thin, or this is the perfect brochure paper. Okay, so there are two types, text weight and cover weight. As the name implies, for writing text or your letterhead, that's the like your printer paper. And then cover weight is for like business cards or packaging. Okay, what I will show you is how to score and scribe. And of course, I forgot my ruler here. So give me 1 second. I will just grab my ruler. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. If you do not have a cutting mat, all you need to do is use a piece of cardboard or the plastic cutting board in your kitchen. Or see the back of my film acetate or the back of your tracing pad, it's thick enough, you can use that. Okay, so you protect your furniture. My dog wants to participate. It's bothering me right now. Behave yourself. Okay, to score, I have this. Score is a fold mark, or, well, I actually have this other side of my Blue Shield card. You know, it's similar to the thickness of a credit card. So where you want to fold, I'm using this, and let me see. This is the. Can you see?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Perfect. Okay. So to score,
Yes, I can.
you go like this: 1, 2, 3, or the edge of your credit card or ID. 1, 2, 3. And it also helps if you do the back. You go like that. Well, I'm just going to use my burnisher. This is called the burnishing tool. 1, 2, 3, because this is thick. Okay, so now I have this very clean fold mark, and you can fold it down or fold it up, and then to make it more defined, you burnish it down flat, or again, if it's a credit card, you go like that. Okay, so that's called scoring, and it's a very clean fold mark. What if you're doing this super thick cardboard? Well, let's see. I'm just going to sacrifice this. You cannot score it with your credit card or with a burnishing tool. So that's when you should scribe. I'm just going to scribe on this one. To scribe, you can either use the front of the blade or the back of the blade. Instead of creating a fold line, you are actually scraping a little bit the paper or cutting a very thin layer only. Okay. The secret is, maybe I didn't do it hard enough. The secret is it's important that you fold it down. I didn't score it hard enough or scribe it hard enough. Okay, so let me do it one more time. And I will show you the difference between the two. So now you bend it and carefully, it's actually a very clean fold. See, can you tell the difference? That's a clean fold compared to this one. Now, when I say fold down, to make it really, really well-defined and clean. Otherwise, if you fold up and you forgot, it looks messy. Okay, I will do one more. So this one is if you're using the front of the blade. What if it's a very fancy paper and instead of cutting a thin layer, another way to scribe, the word is spelled S-C-R-I-B-E, S as in Sam, C-R-I-B-E. So that's a terminology we use in the industry. Scribing is creating a fold mark with the use of a blade, either the front or the back of the blade. If you use the front of the blade to scribe, you are cutting a very, very thin layer only. If you have heavy hands and you say, oh, I'm afraid to cut through the paper, then use the back of the blade. And instead of cutting a very thin layer, you're actually scraping the paper and you should not be able to cut it. And again, the secret is to fold it down or away from the scribe. See, it's very clean. If you fold it up, and you will see it right away, it's very messy looking. You know, the edge is like very rough. Okay. Now, if you're doing a film, and this is a very thin film acetate, let me sacrifice one sheet here. If it's very thin, sometimes you can get away with just scoring 1, 2, 3. I always do 3 strokes on the front, 3 strokes behind, 2, 3. Okay, and it's hard to see. There you go, right there. Let me turn on my lights. Now I can see the fold line. I don't know if you can see the fold line.
Yes, we can. We can.
And the best way is to know where to fold. Poke a hole on both ends, and then you just match those holes. Ideally, when you're creating a score on the film acetate, you need to scribe, not fold. Very clean, clean fold. Can you see? I know it's hard because it's plastic. Can you see now the fold?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
So now what if I do a scribe? Let's see, what's the easiest and cleanest? So you can either use the front of the blade or the back of the blade. I'm gonna use the front of the blade and then I will use the back of the blade. See, it's very clean fold line. Can you tell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now,
Yes, Miss Broadbent.
okay, good. The problem is because this is a very thin film acetate. Ooh, I cut through. So to avoid that, instead of using the front of the blade, and this is a very thin film. I'm just gonna use the back of the blade. Oops. I will scribe. Let's see if I'm successful because this is a very thin film. Yeah, remember I told you it feels crispy. Yeah, it cut through. Not successful. I think your best bet, so you need to do a test on your material when scoring. Your best bet is this, see? It doesn't cut it. But if you encounter a very thick film acetate, then that's, you know that instead of scoring, you will scribe. So scribe and score are both fold marks. Maybe I pressed too hard. Okay. Yeah, I think it's better if you score with the burnishing tool. Well, not so bad. I did it lightly. But if you have heavy hands, you know, no guarantee that you may cut through. So you're better off if it's film acetate, if it's very thin, use your burnishing tool or the edge of your credit card. Okay. Questions, class? And who has a cutting mat? Renee, you have a cutting mat, right? Like this?
I
Yes,
have.
I do have a cutting mat.
I have to.
Yep.
Okay. It's actually oh, excellent. Okay. And it comes in very handy when you do your well, maybe you're not gonna do packaging design when you freelance, but if a client says, I need a business card and you want to comp it, you're gonna print it on a even if it's a text weight paper, and then you spray mount on a thicker one so they can see, oh, how is it going to be embossed. Did I ever show you? Well, I did. I did show you a video on how to emboss, right?
Yes.
Okay. The area that you want raised up, that's the hole that you create, by the way. Let me see if I can quickly do a mini demo for you. And where you cut, it has to be a cover weight paper, like a Bristol board or a poster paper, poster board, because it should simulate the thickness of the metal die that the printer or print shop will create for you. It's like creating a cookie cutter, you know, when you bake cookies to make it all looking the same with a teddy bear shape, for example. And that's what they do in the print shop. They will create a metal die. Oh, Angelo, great to see you.
Hi, sorry about that. It was I had a bunch of internet problems and I was having issues trying to get back.
Oh, okay, no worries. Oh, you missed my demo. I did the scoring and scribing. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay, I
now,
have to check the recording then.
yes. Now to emboss, so quickly, this is my template, for example, and this is the area where I want to emboss. I need to have a tracing paper, so I'll just use this. And I'm just gonna use a red pen. So I'm going to trace the corners of my papers underneath. And also you need to trace the hole Okay. So I trace the hole right there. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay. And then of course, because I trace the corners of the paper now, when I pull this out, I can match those corners as my guide. Flip it over. And then now I can trace over the pen mark that I created. Going over the edges, I can actually feel it now. And you can lift this. Actually, I'm just gonna remove that. I know the paper is so light, it's hard to see, but what I'm doing is blind embossing, meaning you want a shape to raise up, but there's no ink on top of it. That's why it's called blind embossing. The opposite of embossing is debossing. And this paper is not really 100% cotton, and I'm stretching the paper, so it may not be as well defined. But can you see?
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so that's one way of creating an embossing of, let's say, the shape or a logo instead of a rub down. You know, you print this part here with, let's say, organic, tangy flavor lemonade, for example, and then you have a shape of a lemon here. You know, no print. So that's one way of creating an effect on your, you know, jazz up your packaging. Okay, any questions? And of course, when you have, I don't know if you're using this, this is the Excel brand. Another common brand is Exacto. There, oh, this is an Exacto. See, there's the brand. There is a design fault, you know, it actually rolls. To prevent it from rolling, you know, you can buy a whole bunch of this from a dollar store. It's a pencil holder, you know, rubber, and they come in different colors. So now it prevents it from rolling. And of course, if you don't, then just put a strip of tape around it. Students forget or they lose the cover of the blade. It's important for safety purposes that you remove the blade if you don't have a cover anymore. I actually brought myself to an emergency room once when somebody left an uncovered blade in my drawer. So when I pulled, went through my finger, wasn't fun. Um, what else? Always replace the blade with a fresh blade. The dull, the more dull your blade is, the rougher the cuts are. And when you cut, by the way, here's another tip for you. Do it in several strokes. So if you start from the top, you end on the bottom, 1, 2, until you feel the cutting mat underneath. I had seen students go like this. You know, when you're just doing it section by section and then you continue here. That's not the right way. In packaging, your edges should be smooth and then you separate it by pushing it away with a blade. And after you cut, sometimes it gets rough, and that's when you burnish it smoothly. Towards the end of the semester, I will share with you a list of companies actually who hire packaging designers, package designers, maybe for internships or something, you know. I'll share that information for you. Any questions? So
questions.
Angel, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. I just said no questions.
Mhm. Cornelia, you have a question? So Angelo, to create a fold mark, that's called scoring with the use of the burnishing tool or the edge of your credit card. If your material is too thick, then you need to scribe. That's spelled SCRIBE, S as in Sam. And that is either you use the front of the blade or the back of the blade for scribing. And I was showing if you do it on a film acetate, it's better that you score. See how you can fold it? This is actually very thin. It's a pad of film acetate, which I actually experimented and was able to print a sheet or two in my home printer. This is transparency film that we use for overhead projector. Um, if you have Kinko's or Staples in your neighborhood, are you familiar with Staples or Office Depot, Office Max?
I have a Staples around here.
Yes, there's a Staples around my area too.
How about Office Depot, Office Max?
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay.
I have.
Depot.
So
Maybe.
anyway, those are competitors. When you go to places like that, and if you are doing a project or two, you do not need to purchase a ream of cover weight paper. Maybe you just need 2 sheets of black paper. I actually have uh, a whole stack of different colored papers. What you do is instead of going to the paper aisle, because they sell it by the ream, you go to the copy center where they make photocopies because they offer that service or services to their customers. You say, oh, I need 20 copies of this, or sometimes they have the self-service area where I think you put in your credit card and then you make your photocopies there. Um, this is where you ask the clerk or the salesperson behind the counter if they can sell you, because it's not advertised. And my students in my other university, that's what they do. You say, oh, I just need 10 sheets of tabloid size paper. Tabloid is 11 by 17. Maybe you need it for your packaging or for a brochure that you're comping. And you can say also, inquire if they have colored sheets, because instead of purchasing a ream and you only need 5 or 10 sheets, those are their leftovers. When people make photocopies and they cannot sell them, put them back in the ream because they don't have enough to sell again, 500 sheets. Plus, once it's open, they cannot resell it. So they probably just say 20 cents only instead of, paying $20 or $5. So I'm giving you tips where to find supplies, materials. All right, so now let's go back to your sketches. I know, Renee, you're done with your sketches, is that right? So if you could present to your classmates your
Okay.
work in progress, so we can see what you've done.
Am I
Oh,
ready to
Oops,
share
sorry.
my screen yet?
Let me just make sure this is okay. Now you can share.
Okay, now I'm ready. Okay. Um. Uh. hold on. Maybe.
Wow, these are nice sketches. Very clear.
Yeah. Maybe I'll maybe I'll explain the packaging design concepts as
Mhm.
I read it to you. This
Okay.
is my packaging design concept sketches for my mini sponge, shampoo bottle, and bar soap. The die line designs that I chose to make for this project are hexagonal with handle, hexagonal top sleeve, bottle carrier, milk carton, cutaway pillow box, and uh, gift box with strap. And those chosen die lines are practical for me to actually create them from scratch.
Okay. I have a comment, Renee. You did an amazing job. For the mini sponge, these are well thought out. They all have potentials, and I'm sure your classmates can vote on what grabs their attention there. Same thing for your bar soap packaging. Now, for the shampoo bottle, you do not need to package it. What you're going to
Oh,
do is create the label that's going to go on the bottle. That's what we call packaging design for the shampoo. Now, all three of this should you will also introduce a shopping bag where all of these three products can be transported.
oh, uh,
And I know you mentioned that it's going to be a standard shopping bag, right?
yes, it's going to be a standard shopping bag.
Okay. And then maybe you can decide, okay, on your standard shopping bag, are you placing the logo on the upper left, centered, bottom, on a band?
Um,
Yeah.
I I w- I will put the Johnson's logo
And then maybe a
oh,
hang tag.
on a shopping bag.
Okay, and then maybe a hang tag on the shopping bag. I think that's gonna look cool. You know what a hang tag is, right?
A hand tag is
That hangs, the tag that hangs in your shopping bag.
a hang tag is needed for a shopping bag,
You can or you do not need a
or it may not need or
yeah.
may not be necessary.
Same thing for the shampoo. You're creating, I know it looks like a teardrop shape, if I recall right. The front of your shampoo, is that correct?
Yes.
If I recall, that's like a teardrop shape. Then maybe you'll introduce a hang tag also to go with your shampoo, and that tag, it could be like a mini brochure that will show how to use this product, or maybe it's a like a gift, a shape, that's fun for a baby shower. You know how when you go to a baby shower, you create a basket full of maybe diapers, baby bottles, and then you give it to the mother to be. So maybe that hang tag will say to and from, or welcome baby, or happy bath day to baby, something like that. So that's another thought, you can or you don't, um, for the shampoo bottle. Okay, Megan, Angelo, and Cornelia, let's take a look at the mini sponge packaging concepts of Renee. Uh, Give your input. What's your feedback? Which one do you think is practical, fun looking, and at the same time will aesthetically look great on a shelf or for gift giving to package the sponge?
In my opinion, second one is more useful and more successful. It's interesting shape and a good die cut window. I think it's really good concept for your sponge.
Okay. Now, question, Renee, if you were to use the second one, where will you place the logo?
Uh, um, I might place the logo um in front of the drawing.
In front of the die cut, you mean? Or on the side?
Oh,
Because the die cut is supposed to
actually, on
show.
the side. Actually, I will put the logo on the side.
Okay, that makes more sense. Um, okay, Megan and Angelo, on the mini sponge series here, which one would you go for?
Mm, Well, for me, I'm very torn between number 3 and number 5. I feel like number 3 would like look really good against if it was like stacked against each other. It's more like a honeycomb shape. But then
Mhm.
again, that reminds me of like bees rather than a whole underwater concept.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Um,
thought. Okay.
but for number 5, I really like how practical it is, and I like instead of having to like open a top to get to the product, you have to slide it out.
Mm,
I
okay.
think it would look good if it was just like a little bit more chunkier to fit the mini sponge, I
Mhm.
think.
That's
But
a
that's
good
just my
thought.
opinion.
Yeah, good thoughts. The side sleeve here, Renee, is this all paper or is that plastic?
It's
With the die cut?
it's actually the die cut window is plastic.
And the rest of that, they're all paper.
They're all heavyweight
Uh-huh.
boards or cardboard.
Mm-hmm. Because I know I had seen a box and then the sleeve, you put the box there. So it's a slide, right? Uh,
Uh,
and then this is the sleeve itself. So in your sketch, am I assuming that's just it's all the same material, with the exception of the die cut window, Renee?
uh, yes, with the exception of the die cut plastic window.
Okay. Okay, Megan, which one will you vote for?
I'm also like I also like number 5 as well. Number 5 as well. Like it's not the normal like you open it up on top. You can like it's like it's a side sleeve and such. I th- I find it the most successful one. And I'll say that well, I did think that number 1 was okay, but I feel like once you take it out of the box itself probably has its doesn't have any use anymore once you use the sponge. So that's part of why I'm more practical to pick number 5 as uh, out of all these choices for the sponge. But
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. They all have potentials. Now, the advantage of the side sleeve, Renee, what you can also do if you were to explore this, if you create a, let me see if I can analyze.
Oh, I could have chosen side sleeve earlier.
Renee, if you put a hole on top of the sleeve, that's where you can poke through the rope of the sponge. Is that making sense to you?
Well,
Uh,
yeah, the side sleeve would have been better.
that's another thought. So let me see if I can sketch it quickly for you. Okay, so are you able to see my sketch? So this box will go in there. It slides, right? Can you see what I'm showing, class?
Oh,
Yes, I can.
yes.
So
Yes.
this box will slide there where the sponge is. This is the die cut window. So if there is a hole up here, the you know how the sponges they come with a how do you call it? The handle,
Yeah.
the one that you hang in the bathroom. So that can stick out so that when you purchase it, you can. It's another thought. Can
Yeah,
you?
I like that because it gives the people who are selling the product, it gives them a choice whether they want to stack them on the shelves or hang them like
Oh, that's
on a
another
hook.
thought. Okay. So anyway, that's another possibility. That's another possibility. Okay, now let's move on to. So you have potentials there, Renee. Um, Cornelia voted for two, right? Megan and Angelo. Angelo voted for either four or five. Number four, is that a different shape of die cut window that you have there on top?
Oh,
Uh,
I was stuck between 3 and 5.
Oh,
I
three
I
and
think
five.
I think I think
Sorry.
that 5
Yeah.
is better because the overall vibe from 3 is more bees, I think.
Yeah, the hexagonal shape. Okay, so looks like you have a couple of votes on five, number five. Now for the shampoo bottle, I just mentioned to Renee that she doesn't have to create the outside box because they're all boxes already. But what I want to see is your redesign of what's going to go on the outside of the bottle. You can maintain the shape of the teardrop because that's the shape of the bottle, if I recall. Or is it like a more oval? Do you have it near you, Renee? Your shampoo?
well, the actual shampoo itself, yes.
Can you show it, please?
Okay.
So class, if you have a bottle, you don't have to package every single one because she already has a box on for the mini sponge and then a box for the bar soap. So for the and oh, I have to tell her you don't need to have a die cut window for every single box also.
Yep, here's the Johnson's shampoo.
Okay, let me spotlight you. Uh, okay, so just replace the label there with your own design.
Oh yeah, replace.
And you can match the shape of that because of the shape of the bottle. I mean, it's not going to look good if you have a square label for that shaped bottle. And it's optional if you want to add a hang tag, of course. So we'll scratch off your sketches on the second row. You will create new sketches, you know, to show, okay, what's going to be the shape, where is it going to go, the logo, and the name of the shampoo, if it's scented, blah, blah, blah. Okay, class. On the third row for the bar soap, um, which one would you vote for?
Um, I think that maybe for me, my eye is being drawn towards number 3,
Hmm.
probably for the same reason. When you were making up the idea for having the rope stick out for number 5 in the mini sponge. But yeah, I think I like number 3 for that reason.
Um, how about Cornelia and Megan?
Number two. I think it's more successful. I'm not sure this number three will work because it's really small.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's very true too.
Yeah, but no handle. Yeah,
Yes, no
it's
handle.
small.
Yeah, I think it would also be weird if there was also a handle for something that's so small.
Mhm.
It's a very good point.
Okay, so number two, so the same shape as how it's packaged, but she'll just recreate the design or redesign what's going to go on the outside. Except, okay, Renee is not there. We want to know if this is going to be a die cut. Do you think it's necessary to add a die cut there? Oh, Renee, by the way, is this a die cut on number two
Uh,
for the
um, yes, it is a proposed die cut.
okay, because you already have a die cut on the side sleeve for your sponge. Maybe you don't need a die cut for the sew. Well, I will leave that up to you. That's another option. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a good idea use die cut because sometimes I'm not sure. Uh, Johnson's use debossing on a bar soap logo.
Oh, you're talking about Dove.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's a good idea for a die cut as well
to
because
see the color.
to see the color, also to see if the texture of the soap is like
Uh,
smooth because there are some soaps that have like little minerals in them that like
yeah.
exfoliate.
Good point. Okay. Okay. So, Megan, which one will you vote for?
While I do also agree, like, it's good to have the die cut for some soaps, because sometimes, like, when you do buy soap, you don't like. Sometimes you know what it looks like if you use it a lot, but sometimes if you haven't used it before, you don't know what it's gonna look like shape wise and texture wise, if that makes sense. But my vote is between number three and number one, just for that reasoning of like seeing what the product is gonna look like.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's either between one and the first one, number one, and number three, just for
Okay,
that reason.
but
But
we've
yeah.
ruled out Renee. We've actually and Megan, we've ruled out adding that handle on number three because it's such a small box.
Okay, then in that case, number one then is my vote.
Yeah.
Number one is for me. I
So
would say number one then.
pillow box. Okay. So Megan votes for one, Angelo votes for two, and Cornelia, which one will you vote for? Number two also. Okay. So okay, Renee. Well, you've got your votes.
Okay.
Uh, so now you have to continue working on, oh, what is this? Oh,
Oh, those
packaging.
are the Johnson's packaging theme. That's sea, hearts, and gentle.
Oh, I love that starfish and the
Yeah,
conch shell. Oh, they're
yeah,
all fun. They're all fun. Babe, oh, and the heart with wings. That's so cute.
yes.
You have amazing ideas there.
Yep.
Okay, thoughts from anybody? I can see this like a pattern in the background. This is fun. Like the starfish, or maybe I can see that as the shape of the die cut also. And then you've got the opacity, very light pattern around. Um, because your theme is sea.
Yep.
I really like the shape of the starfish, how it's like not pointy, but it's more round.
Mhm.
It's very fun.
Okay, Cornelia.
I think you can use your dolphin like a main character in your labels.
Uh,
or or even a mermaid.
Yes, And I also like starfish. It's really cute. It's
Mm.
really amazing.
My only concern about using the mermaid is, if a mom is buying it for her baby boy, and this is looking more feminine because it's a girl mermaid. Is
Yeah,
there?
that
I
was I was
haven't.
thinking too.
I haven't seen a male mermaid yet.
Yeah.
or mermaid or dolphin,
Mhm.
depending.
It's just I think stick to sea animals.
Oh, my son said Aquaman.
Oh yeah, Aquaman. But yeah.
Well, maybe dolphin could be another option.
hmm Just like a bunch of like sea animals rather
Yeah.
than having more humanoid
Mhm.
things.
Okay, excellent. These are fun. Okay, I think because your theme is geared towards sea, those are, well, she has hearts also and gentle. I'll vote for the sea version.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The sea theme wins.
Uh huh. You can even develop your scallop shell because right now, at first glance, I thought that was don't get offended,
Secondhand,
baseball glove.
but uh, okay. I will can improve on the scalp shell.
Yeah. Okay, great job, Renee. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you have something else, or this is it? Thank you for sharing.
Not yet.
Okay, who
You're welcome.
work in progress?
I could probably share mine. I only have like a page of stuff that I've been
Hmm.
uh I could not really get it on my computer due to the internet problem, so I have to share my video. Can you
Okay.
guys see me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Let me spotlight Angelo here.
Okay, so when I was doing the mood board, my general thought for all my items were to be eco-friendly.
Hmm.
So that's why a lot of these packages seem like very bare bones, is because even though we're using recycled paper,
Hmm.
it's still paper, and I have like this feeling where I'm like, I don't want to use too much paper in my packaging.
Hmm.
So generally a lot of the oh gosh, this is really bad lighting. Generally a lot of the packages themselves,
Hmm.
there is like little to no paper around it. It's mostly
Hmm.
the focus is on the product itself.
So it's
So
be like hanging.
yeah, basically. Because like for this one, I kind of like this, where it's like a paper in the back, and
Hmm.
then these are like little paper
Straps.
straps that are holding it up like that.
Okay.
This is another variation where I decided to use less paper this time.
That one actually is more practical. That's
hmm
for the leash, right?
Yeah, this is for the leash. I tried like different shapes of like how I could like spice it up. This one I
Hmm.
feel is, in my opinion, is very cheap, and I don't really want to go with this or this. This one is just basically twine to uh a label, that kind of thing. Um, if we go down here, I tried packaging the water bottle in a different way. This one has a neck tag. I
Hmm.
decided to like draw it up here. It would be like a paper neck tag that I found on those the wine bottle templates. So
Right,
I
right,
decided
right.
to do
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Another thing I was thinking of is another like rectangle bar that goes around the whole bottle
Hmm.
over here. Or I was also thinking of maybe having, this reminds me very much of like toys. If like kids toys, specifically action figures. Um because it has like the paper back where you could hang it on the hook, but it also has a paper base that
Hmm.
also comes out in the front and wraps around like that on the bottom. That way it could either like sit on the shelf or like be hung.
Okay.
But this is like very
Mhm.
paper heavy. Um, and then finally I have my dog food. This is going to be the one where I have to like use paper mostly.
Right, right.
So I decided to have all of these have die cuts.
Uh-huh.
So for this one, it's PetSmart dog treats. Over here, the die cut would be the bone that the
Oh,
dog is
that's
holding.
cute.
The
Uh-huh.
dog would be drawn,
Mm-hmm.
and then so you can see the product in the bone for the dog treats.
That's
Uh,
great.
Another variation is instead of having the dog holding the bone, I would have the dog have its mouth open, and the open mouth is where
I
the
like
product
that.
would be.
I think that's clever with the
Mhm.
open mouth.
And then I was like, okay, maybe I should like split it up. If I already did the dog, maybe I should just do a simple treat. Or
Uh-huh.
another variation would be like instead of holding a bone, it would be like a heart to show that you like love your
Yeah,
pet, that kind of thing, and the pet
yeah,
loves you back.
healthy or heart healthy.
Yeah, it's very healthy, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then like overall, when I was thinking about this whole concept of using less paper, my mind kept going back to like, oh, this is probably gonna feel cheap and like very cheap to other people. So I was thinking of ways that I could kind of up the quality of it, and I was thinking maybe I could do something
To
like,
design, not necessarily the paper itself. What's printed on the paper.
I was thinking either like I could change the print so it looks more high quality, or I
Hmm.
could even add things like embossing to the
Hmm.
paper as
Hmm.
well. But yeah, those are my ideas.
I want to share this. Uh, you inspired me. Let me see if I can. But when
Oh, oh,
this is the packaging, I ordered it from Amazon, but I'm going to return it because as you open it, see, these are the travel bowls.
right.
Uh,
Oh, they're so
when
small.
my son was helping me open it, it's cheap production, I guess, material. It's plastic here.
Mm-hmm.
See, one side is for food, the other side is for water.
Right.
And when you lock it, actually, so one of them broke actually. So I contacted Amazon. I said I will return. So you can pour the water,
Mm-hmm.
close, you pour the food on one side. One of them, yeah. Oh, this one. See,
Oh no.
yeah. Too bad. Yeah, it's cheap material. Uh, anyway, so I thought of you when you said less paper, but instead of plastic bag, you can do paper also. Oh, but yours is that one piece, right?
Yeah, yeah, around the
I
whole
saw that
bottle.
also in Amazon. Uh, okay, so let's vote on Angelo's ideas. Which one? Let me spotlight Angelo.
We don't see you.
Oh, uh,
You are
um,
very small.
oh shoot. Can you put the spotlight back on me, Miss
Uh-huh.
Professor?
Yes, yes.
Alright, alright. Sorry, it's very dark. The lighting
For
is.
the leash, I vote on the one with the die cut hole where you can hang because you can actually see the material of the leash for practical reasons. For the dog food, I like the idea of the dog's mouth open. That's the die cut, so you can see um, the food in his mouth. And of course, cleaner version would be the shape of the dog bone.
I
Mhm,
The
like I like this dog bone.
the only um, comment I have though is that the dog bone shape is overused.
right, of
And
course.
usually it's for dog biscuits, but the kibbles, I think I've seen it in anyway. So you can explore more on those two possibilities. They,
Mhm.
they both have possibilities. And then on the bottom, which one do you like best?
For me, I'm stuck between the neck one, and
Mhm.
this one because this overall design reminds me too much of toys and it's very paper heavy.
Mm, okay. Megan and Cornelia and Renee, which one would you vote for?
Oh, I vote for the cute, happy dog picture
Hmm.
because uh it looks like a cartoon dog.
Thank you.
Animated.
Yeah.
Cornelia, Megan.
It's kind of hard for me to see like the last three a little
Yes,
bit.
me
So
too.
sorry. Hold on. It's like because this lighting can't get better lighting. I'm sorry.
Can
I
you
like
combine two versions in one? Okay, go ahead, Cornelia. Cornelia.
I like last one. It's a bottle, yes.
Hmm.
Yes, I like
Yes.
last one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, same. The
One
very
we're gonna.
last.
Oh,
No, it's
this one.
Last one, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
this one.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one. That
yes.
one.
Thank you. I might like combine these two
Mm-hmm.
just because I feel like this one would fall down if it was by itself, if it wasn't like tightly around. So if I like have this also hang from the neck,
Mm-hmm.
it would have a better time standing up.
There you go. Okay, well, great job with all those sketches. They're
Thank
easy
you.
to visualize how it's gonna package the products. That's great. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for sharing. Megan, do you have something you can share?
No, no, not the moment. No.
Okay. Okay, so it looks like it's time to let you go.
Let me share.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I'm so sorry. My mistake. Okay.
Okay, let's share it. It will be fun, guys. Okay. Oops. Okay, do you see something, guys?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to use.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay, I'm going to use.
Yeah.
I create some symbols for hypoallergenic product. It's like a flower and a mark, like it's okay, don't worry, something like this. I use flower because a lot of kids has allergy on the flower exactly, and it's my bags, shopping bags. I put this label on the front, and it will be die cut window, and here will be logo of my brand. Next one, I put something, it's shape of protection, and inside I put some babies and some item that will be inside of this bag, some bottles, sprays, um, some swabs, and here will be part of where it will be together and it will be a ribbon inside.
Oh, so you mean like to seal it, like kind of like a cover-ish?
No, it will be closed by this ribbon.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see, I see.
Okay, next one is detergent baby spray. It's for hair, and I put some babies. Baby is keep in his hand brush. Here's baby keep in one hand brush, in one other hand is spray.
That's so cute.
Next one, baby is keeping brush inside his hand, and here will be some butterflies, but if it's not, I think it's not successful. And last one, and baby girl and baby boy keeping different types of brushes.
That's so cute. Are you going to illustrate them, Cornelia?
Yes, I'm going to illustrate them.
Fun.
Okay, next one is save baby soaps. I put some baby and he keep in his hand cloud because it's soft. it's safe. And next one, I put some magnification glass, like on ear. It's like everything is clean. And in other hand, he's keeping swabs. And next one, just baby. And here on the background, hands of mother and father, like a protection. Okay,
Mhm.
next, it's less, I don't think it's not good visible. Okay, let's maybe it will be here. Okay, here baby is sitting on a uh, on a grass
Mhm.
because it's like uh, moisture. And next one, baby is um, um, put on his hand under the cloud and try to keep drops of rain. Okay, next one, baby is keeping cloud inside his hand. I think it's not successful. And next one, baby is inside of flower.
Mhm.
And here baby is swimming.
Cute.
Okay, next one, uh, diaper rash ointment. Okay, baby inside of flower and keeping flower in his hand. Next one, he in symbol of protection. Next one, he on some like waves, and he
Mhm.
keeps symbol of protections, like marks everything okay. Here he lies on something, and on the top of diaper, it's marked everything okay, everything clean and protected. And next one, he in a flower, sitting inside of flower. Okay, next one, baby oil cream. He is sitting in show, hey, everything okay. And in magnification, he shows some part of his skin. It's glossy, it's shine. And
Mhm.
next one, it's is, if you can see, maybe it's a bottle of cream
Mhm.
flow around his, and he is taking it part by his hand.
Uh,
That's all. Okay, I
so I
will.
guess you will create one character and then just
Yes,
show that one character with the different
positions.
yeah,
Yes,
positions. Yeah.
and you didn't see. Let's share with you. Okay, I will use this symbol I created. It's like a hypoallergenic product
Mm,
for all my products. I will keep it on all of my bottles.
got it.
And my bags, it will be die cut window with this symbol.
Uh,
And next one, it's bag in a symbol of protection and baby inside. And here will be small die cut windows of products that will be inside.
mhm.
And here will be a ribbon that keep it together, keep it
Got it.
close.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, feedback from everybody.
Wow, that is cute. And and hypoallergenic products are family friendly.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like the symbol that you chose for hypoallergenic. Um, because again, a lot of our allergies, a lot of people's allergies stem from plants, especially during the springtime. So I think of flowers, and then when you're putting a check mark on that, you're like, oh yes, this is good for hypoallergenic people. Um, I feel like my one little feedback thing is to try to explore more ideas for your diaper rash ointments,
Mm-hmm.
because whenever I think of diaper rash ointments, I want to think of like relief, that kind of thing. Because
Mm-hmm.
of course you're going to be like very itchy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would be like really good if you explore, instead of just protection from getting a rash, think of things like, oh, this will help your baby not itch anymore from those rashes.
So it's I'm like a mother. I know
Hmm.
oatmeal used like a protection, not like treatment. You use it before something happened, not after. It's not like you use some um, relief cream or something like this to treat some problem. You use it before the problem happens.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I did not know how diaper rationing worked.
I didn't know too because because I was not mother, but I'm
Hmm.
mother right now.
Okay, that makes more sense then.
um, I have a suggestion on your die cut. If you ever die cut, apply any die cut, and using your hypoallergenic symbol, I
Yes.
would I would illustrate the flower and the die cut is the check mark instead of the entire flower and check mark.
Okay, okay.
So illustrate the flower behind, and then the die cut is the check mark.
Okay, in the front, yes.
I'm sorry.
In the front,
Yes,
flower in the back and
yes,
this mark
yes.
in the
Yeah.
front.
Well,
Okay,
that's one possibility. It's just a suggestion. You might want
okay.
to explore that, and that's actually more practical to die cut instead of the curves, the petals. Because then you lose the shape already if you cut out, unless you have connections, paper connections.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. Any other thoughts, uh, Megan? um, and
Uh, I
oh,
r- I really don't have much to. I really don't have much to add on my end, but I like how you like for all your concepts, like you at least for most of them, like you drew like you actually drew a single baby for all of them. That's like wow, dedication there. Especially if you're thinking of like a composition and such for that too. So kudos to that.
great job. Angelo, do you have any votes on which position or style that stands out for you?
Well, I definitely like your idea of having a baby mascot. It's just I'm like thinking like you need to make sure that the baby um is diverse enough, especially like because like in like today's day and age, especially with like a bunch of movements going on.
You are right. You are right. Thank you so
You have
much.
black,
Yeah.
brown, white,
Hmm.
yellow.
Especially,
That's
yeah.
black, white, brown, yellow. You have quadruplets there.
Of course, of course,
And a gender too, right?
of course.
That's a good point. Yeah, it has to be politically correct. Okay. Keep working on it. Keep exploring, refine. Is this helping you out?
Um, I don't know because we didn't vote for some directions. I have a lot of directions to move in, and
Um,
if you could to vote for some directions, will be better.
yes. I would like for you to develop your mascot symbol,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a generic one. Um, is this going to be like in full color? Because going back to what Angelo mentioned, being, not be gender bias, or it has to be diverse, in other
Mm-hmm.
words.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how are you going to approach that? So, turn, I guess.
For me, definitely, Cornelia, I would like you to stick to the whole flower theme, especially because it is hyperallergenic. So maybe like for all your packaging, definitely incorporate some form of like the flower in there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
But I like the idea of you showing the different. It's like creating your own character, similar to Megan's. What's the name of your brand, Megan? The spokesperson of your baking stuff, Megan. Are you
Oh,
there?
Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker. So now you know, it's just like what is that famous baby food? Gerber.
Oh yeah, Gerber's.
Gerber.
Gerber,
Yeah.
yes.
So you know they have that face. But I know at one point that was also questioned. Well, you know, nowadays it's very tricky. Um,
Yeah, I think they like changed it so it would be like blue and white instead of a fully colored logo because
mm,
I didn't know if they like felt like weird of having a white baby as their like
mm,
image instead of like colored.
Yes.
yeah. So, but what was your original idea, Cornelia, when you should you illustrate this full
What was,
color?
I don't know. I think yes, it will be full color.
Well, maybe do four: black, brown, white, and yellow.
Yeah, it would
Okay.
be nice to have like every other like all the other different packaging have different races of babies because it is all just like baby. Babies are the same. You could use this product for any baby.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
It's really
you know,
hard.
it's very similar to designing a brochure if you're adding models there. That's actually, yeah, I've encountered that. Getting pictures from clients, you know, a group of people, for example, it has to represent a good number of races. Um,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. Oh, great job, by the way. Okay, so this is due tomorrow, correct? Or tonight? Tonight? Did I?
I think it's due tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow.
Okay, excellent.
It's tomorrow. Yeah.
And then we'll talk on Thursday what you'll be working on next. Because actually, the next step will be to do it in your computer, black and white, narrow it down. Okay, well, have a great couple of days, and then I'll see you on Thursday.
All
Thank
right,
Right.
you
you.
too.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bye.
Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Oh, bye, Miss Badman.
Bye, Renee. Take care.